Whether you're wide awake or fast asleep, a working smoke alarm is constantly scanning the air. It never sleeps. A smoke alarm is the only thing in your home that can alert you and your family to a fire 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's plain and simple. Smoke alarms save lives, but they have to be installed the right way and be working. So what can you do to protect your family? First, make sure you know what type of smoke detector you have in your home. The two types of smoke alarms are ionization and photoelectric. You need both because they detect differently smoldering or flaming fires, and you never know what type of fire might start.
Most people don't realize that there's just two kinds of smoke detectors. It doesn't matter what they look like on the outside. It doesn't matter whether they are hardwired into the electrical or whether they are just screwed into the ceiling and have batteries operation. The important thing to know is whether that unit is ionization or photoelectric. Both kinds have been on the market since about 1974, and until just the last couple of years, it was determined that it was okay to have one or the other. You'd still get an early enough warning to get out. There's considerable evidence to question that now, and particularly if you have a slow-burning, smoldering kind of fire. For example, people may be very surprised to learn that a cigarette can smolder in a couch, on a carpet, for hours before it actually bursts into flame, all the while generating very large particles of very deadly smoke. And so if people are sleeping during that period of time, they will not wake up to the smell of smoke. That's a misconception. We tend to go into a deeper sleep because there are so many chemicals and poisonous gases that are in the items that are being burned. So it's really important to make sure that you have that protection from a smoldering fire as well.
The Spokane Fire Department recommends every home have both ionization and photoelectric smoke alarms or dual sensor smoke alarms, which contain both ionization and photoelectric smoke sensors.
The way to find out what you have, if it's already installed, is to just unscrew it from the back and look on the labeling on the back. It should say in tiny, usually in tiny letters, whether it is ionization, photoelectric, or whether it's a combined photo-ion that has both of those technologies in it.
Smoke alarms should be installed and maintained both inside and outside of sleeping areas and on every level of your home. Be sure to follow the manufacturer's installation instructions carefully. If you're installing hardwired smoke alarms, have a qualified electrician do the installation. The 9-volt batteries that power smoke alarms should be replaced at least once a year. It's a good idea to change your batteries when you change your clocks for daylight savings in the fall. Long-life lithium will power the smoke alarm for about 8 to 10 years. Once the battery is dead, the entire smoke alarm unit, battery included, needs to be replaced. Smoke detectors don't last forever. Be sure to test your smoke alarm every month and replace the entire unit every 8 to 10 years.
The reason for that is that smoke detectors have a failure rate of 3% per year. After 10 years, you've got a 30% failure rate right off the get-go. So that's too high of a risk to take. So it's really important to replace your smoke detector at that time.
It takes just a few minutes of maintenance for years of protection. Remember, install, inspect, protect. Smoke alarms save lives.
A properly installed smoke detector will alert you to a fire in your house. But would you know what to do if it went off in the middle of the night? Having a home fire escape plan and practicing it regularly with your family can make the difference between life and death when seconds really count.
If a fire happens in your home, remember, time is the biggest enemy. And every second counts. In less than 30 seconds, a small flame can get completely out of control and turn into a major fire. It only takes minutes for a house to fill with thick black smoke and become engulfed in flames. The Spokane Fire Department believes that having a sound escape plan will greatly reduce fire deaths and protect you and your family's safety if a fire occurs. Practice escape plans every month. The best plans have 2 ways to get out of each room. If the primary way is blocked by fire or smoke, you will need a second way out. A secondary route might be a window onto an adjacent roof or a collapsible ladder evaluated by a nationally recognized laboratory such as Underwriters Laboratories for escape from upper story windows. Make sure that windows are not stuck, screens can be taken out quickly, and that security bars can be properly opened. Also, practice feeling your way out of the house in the dark or with your eyes closed. Security bars may help to keep your family safe from intruders, but they can also trap you in a deadly fire. Windows and doors with security bars must have quick-release devices to allow them to be opened immediately in an emergency. Make sure everyone in the family understands and practices how to properly operate and open locked or barred doors and windows. When a fire occurs, do not waste any time saving property. Take the safest exit route, but if you must escape through smoke, remember to crawl low, under the smoke, and keep your mouth covered. The smoke contains toxic gases, which can disorient you or at worst overcome you. When you come to a closed door, use the back of your hand to feel the top of the door, the doorknob, and the crack between the door and the door frame to make sure that fire is not on the other side. If it feels hot, use your secondary escape route. Even if the door feels cool, open it carefully. Brace your shoulder against the door and open it slowly. If heat and smoke come in, slam the door and make sure it is securely closed, then use your alternate escape route. Designate a meeting location away from the home, but not necessarily across the street. For example, meet under a specific tree, or at the end of the driveway or front sidewalk to make sure everyone has gotten out safely and no one will be hurt looking for someone who is already safe. Designate one person to go to a neighbor's home to phone the fire department. Remember to escape first, then notify the fire department by calling 911. Never go back into a burning building for any reason. Teach children not to hide from firefighters. If someone is missing, tell the firefighters. They are equipped to perform rescues safely. Finally, having working smoke alarms installed on every level of your home dramatically increases your chances of survival. Smoke alarm batteries need to be tested every month and changed with new ones at least once a year. Also, consider replacing the entire smoke alarm every 10 years, or as the manufacturer guidelines recommend. Remember to practice your home fire escape plan with your family regularly, because in a real fire situation, your life may depend on it.